Hello bookish friends of the internet, welcome back to my channel.
Yeah, I need it from you. Got my hands all on you, sweet. Everything I want is sugar like yes please, love is like candy. Oh, what a rush each.
Today's video is going to be the January book tag, which was created by my friend here on BookTube, Jan, over at Jan Agaton, which I'm sure you all know who she is, but if you don't, her channel will be linked down below. So let's just get into the questions. Number one, what was the last book you read last year? And that was Good Spirits by B.K. Borison. This was the book club book that my IRL book club, the Cover Coven, read last, and it was a 3.5 star. I did really enjoy it at the beginning, but then towards the end I was like, I don't know what I'm feeling. Question number two is, what is your first read this year? And like I said, I've been struggling in a slump for the past few months, so the first book I'm reading, again, is a book club book, and I'm really enjoying it, and that is The Second Death of Locke by V.L. Bovalino. Loving this era of Lady Night books that we're seeing, so I'm very much enjoying this read. Share 3 of your reading goals. So my number 1 reading goal is to read my physical TBR. I have a lot of books on my physical TBR, and I kind of want those numbers to start dwindling down. My second goal is to read more fanro and romance. I love those two genres. Those are my favorite genres to read in. But recently I've been really itching to read more historical fiction, more outside my comfort zone, but I still want to rediscover my love for those books. My last reading goal is to read out of my comfort zone. I am someone who stays in her lane, knowing what's comfortable for me, things that I love, and I know things that I'll love. So even though I said I've kind of like fallen off of romance and fanro, I want to start reading more nonfiction, and specifically about things that are my interests aside from romance and fantasy, and more realistic fiction, more literary fiction, and a lot more nonfiction. I really want to read more about nature, and I've now been in my nature documentary era, so I'm really wanting to actually read books about nature. So that's my third goal. Share 3 of your most anticipated titles. Okay guys, I have a whole list. Alright, one of my number 1 most anticipated releases is Graceless. One of my number 1 most anticipated releases is Graceless Heart by Isabel Ibanez. She wrote What the River Knows, and I haven't read that series, but the Graceless Heart takes place in Renaissance Italy, and I'm a sucker for anything medievally renaissance-y. Obviously anything by Latinx authors. I'm really excited for that, so that's one. Another one is the second book to When the Moon Hatched. I'm praying that we do get it, that it's not delayed, but we will see. I'm so hoping to read that this year. That was one of the books that my book club read, and we met the author. I'm hoping that we can do that again. I'm so excited. I don't know what my next one is. I have other ones that I'm like excited to read. Would be on Sundays She Picked Flowers by Yaya Schofield. I really am looking forward to reading this, and luckily I did receive an ARC of it, and that did come out this month, so I'm hopefully going to read that ASAP. Which goals did you not reach, and which goals did you reach last year? I think I set my reading goal every year to 1 book. I did meet that goal. I honestly just have not done a lot of reading goals as I've gotten older, just because I have anxiety. And when I don't finish something, I don't accomplish something, then I tend to spiral. And so for me, the most healthy thing is to set my storygraph goal to 1 book and try to read as many books as I can in the year. Like I said, this year I did not read as many as I could have because I was in such a slump, but we're coming back from it. So hopefully I'll be able to get my book count up. What are some reading habits that you want to change this year? In general, I really just want to be more analog, so I want to do more things that have less to do with me scrolling or me being on the computer or specifically on social media. Like, I just want to be more present in the time that I am. I don't want to have my nose stuck in my phone. I'd rather have my nose stuck in a book, and I want to continue journaling. Oh, I skipped a question. Are there any 2026 releases that you're not looking forward to? Anything by Frida McFadden. I don't read Frida McFadden. Anything by Colleen Hoover. I used to be a big Colleen Hoover stan when I first got into romance, but then I realized there's so many other romances out there and that are written better and that have more diversity and that are not as formulaic and actually highlight healthy relationships. So yeah, Colleen Hoover's book I'm not interested in, but like I don't care to read any of their books. And I literally only watched The Housemaid because Amanda Seyfried, who is my girl crush, was. Are there any adaptations that you are excited about this year? There's a few. Obviously, Sunrise on the Reaping. I'm so excited for that. The casting for Sunrise on the Reaping was phenomenal, was so good. So I'm really excited to see that on my big screen. I'm also really excited for Wuthering Heights. Even though it's not like the book I understand, I think Emerald is giving us something that's like from her imagination, and listening to her talk about her adaptation has really changed my perspective on the film, because at first I was like, but now I think I understand a little bit more of where she's coming from with her adaptation. The only thing is, I do, as much as I think Jacob Elordi is a great actor, don't necessarily think he's right for the role of Heathcliff based on his ethnicity and race. Number 9, favorite bookish memory from this year. I have so many. I've been so lucky to find such a great core group of book friends, like friends that I met at a book event. We made a book club. We go and have like a little day every year on our book anniversary. So this year we took pictures, we went out to dinner, and then we came back and we made princess hats. I'll put some pictures here. Anytime I get to stream with any of my booktube friends is fun. Streaming with Jan, we're watching The Summer I Turned Pretty. We need to finish the last season because we haven't yet, and I've been really good about not catching any spoilers, and we need to watch it before the movie comes out because I feel like we're not even gonna have watched it and then the movie's gonna be out. And I'm looking forward to more carryovers from last year. You're still planning on finishing. I think I've started so many books that I'm like, I'm gonna finish that eventually, and I will. Will that be this month? Will that be this year? I don't know. Like I said, I've been in such a reading slump that I start books, I get to the 50% mark, and then I'm like, all right, I feel like I rushed through that, but yeah, I wanted to do this tag. Obviously, I wanted to do it before the end of January. I just want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in another video very soon. Bye.